What's up, Interisti? Welcome back on the channel. Hope you are doing well. Time today to preview Cagliari versus Inter. Apologies for being away in the last few days. I have a bit of an announcement. Some of you knew a few months back, I announced it on the channel. I talked about it in some videos that I was out of a job, looking for a job, and thank you to everyone for the support and even trying to help me get a job in the last few weeks and months. It was a difficult period, but why was I away or not being able to make videos this past week is because I have finally got a job. So yeah, that is gonna change things on the channel a little bit. You guys know I was able to make daily almost videos, especially in the transfer window period, which was I think you guys appreciated, and I also enjoyed doing that, having more time to make videos about my beloved Inter. But now it will probably go back to as it used to be, if you guys remember, just mainly in the season, match previews, match reactions, and then of course if there's any big news to talk about in between that, live streams. Yeah, but don't expect as much content as it has been over the last few months. So yeah, I didn't manage to talk about the Inter Sassuolo game. So before we get into it all, make sure you leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate your support. Quickly, just a couple minutes on Inter Sassuolo. Great win, very shaky at the end, and of course, Mimo Berardi. He just likes to make us shit our pants as an Interista that he's supposed to be. He seems to always play his heart out against Inter. I think we were pretty much, I would say, in control of the game, apart from a few moments in here and there where Sassuolo counter-attacked us. As you can see, Inter 61% of the ball, Sassuolo 39%. There was a few opportunities where they, especially with Cornet in midfield, with his ball carrying and athleticism, caused us some issues. And then in the last 15, 20 minutes, when Sassuolo were trying to score, even wanted a penalty. Jose Martinez had to make a big save on Pinamonti. That would have been a big dagger in the heart if Pinamonti scored against us. But luckily, we came out unscathed with the 3 points. And few interesting performances. Definitely Fede Di Marco. We talked about it in the last few games, especially in the Ajax game and this last one. Di Marco is looking in the best shape that he has looked in for a while. He looks lean in the face. He completed a full 90 minutes. He was up and down, got a goal as well for his troubles. Very good performance. Carlos Augusto was fantastic as well. His goal in the end was given as an own goal by Muharemovic, who actually had a good game for Sassuolo. But yeah, Augusto was great. He was actually the one maybe at fault for that. Pinamonti had to kind of let him free behind him. But yeah, apart from that, he was great. Sucic had a pretty good game as well, but he was suffering in those transitional moments. Like he still needs to, I don't want to say bulk up. It was like people always talk about bulking up. It's more just, I think Kivu talked about it as well, just being able to manage the duels a little bit better, or knowing when to, or being able to just bring down the players. A few times we've seen him this season at the start in some transitional moment. He goes in for a tackle and he gets left on the floor or thrown aside. Even though he is, physically, he should be okay, but he just needs to learn how to deal with duels a little bit better. Hakan continues as well. Hakan and Di Marco now, both of them really returning back to good form. Barella continues to be a little bit up and down, and up front, Pio Esposito, I don't know why he's being given such a low rating here. I think he had a overall good game. Definitely a step back from Ajax. Ajax was a great game, but this one maybe a little bit of a step back. But his overhead kick, if that went in, wow, that would have been fantastic. And I've seen we need to protect Pio a little bit, especially if a lot of you are not based in Italy, but the media in Italy at the moment is really mounting the pressure on Pio Esposito, but also the fan base. Our fan base is starting to mount the pressure on him. We need to take it easy with him. It's his first season in proper Serie A football, coming from Spezia. Has got a lot of expectations on his back. I can see that the San Siro, the fan base in general, is very good with him, always applauding him, even giving him standing ovations, it sounds like, when he comes off the pitch. So that's great to see. hopefully that remains even when if he starts to miss chances, big chances here and there. We just need to protect the boy and help him come through. But yeah, overall decent game. But the next one is the one. I know in terms of Sassuolo is the bogey team and all that, but it's at home. I did that. That was my prediction actually 2-1. So we ended up with a 2-1. I'm afraid of this Cagliari team because away Cagliari, this one is also one that over the years sometimes we do fall short in. It's a tough place to go. Crowd, small stadium, gets very loud, very warm. It's going to be 7:45 p.m. kickoff UK time tomorrow, and they've got guys that are going to make our life very difficult. The goalkeeper Elia Caprile, we've been even linked with him recently. Fantastic goalkeeper, great up and coming Italian goalkeeper. Yerimina, we know this guy is a shithouse king in Serie A. This is probably the biggest shithouse player that we have in the league. He's gonna push players, shove players, annoy players, try to get under their skin, and he always usually does it very well. Also a threat in the other side of the box. Palestra, very, very interesting talent. If you saw my video with Di Balexa, Lex, a few weeks back, on one player to watch out from each team in Serie A. Palestra was actually my pick from Atalanta, but he ended up being loaned to Cagliari after that video. He is one to watch out for. Got some pace, got some dribbling, final ball. One to watch out for on that side. The midfield is just very strong physically, and they're going to run around, make life difficult, but not very technical. And of course, we got to watch out for the ex, not Pio Esposito, Sebastiano. I don't think he has scored yet for Cagliari, but he has been. I've watched a few times when I watch Cagliari. I can see that he actually has been playing well. But who has scored recently is Belotti, Gallo Belotti, who scored 2 goals in his last game. And yeah, we know over the years he also has punished us sometimes, but I don't. Yeah, he's definitely nowhere near the player that he used to be. But something to watch out for. Yeah, good to see that Luvumbo and Povoletti are also some doubts, and Radunovic and Zappa are missing for them. But yeah, let's move on to Inter's predicted lineup, and hold yourself, brace yourself, because some of you are going to be fuming. I'm warning you. And I was one of those guys myself, because when I saw this lineup, dun, 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 what is this guy doing in the starting lineup in the year 2025, coming up to 2026? Matteo Darmian, as much as we love him and appreciate him, when we signed Luis Enrique, I thought this is the end of seeing Matteo Darmian as a wing back. But looks like it isn't. It looks like Kivu doesn't trust Luis Enrique. Oh, actually, I forgot to mention Luis Enrique from his little cameo in this Sassuolo game was also fantastic. Finally, Interisti, I think, especially the ones that are very doubting him, and which I don't blame them at the moment. They finally got to see something very, very interesting. Was good on the ball with his passing, but then had a few dribbles as well. It says here 1 dribble. I'm pretty sure he dribbled past like the same player twice. But Kivu clearly still does not trust him, because he's putting Darmian there, which I don't get. I understand in terms of Dumfries, definitely. I've been saying, Akanji, Dumfries, Barella, Thuram. These are the guys that are concerning me. Hakan, in terms of their fatigue, they've been playing a lot of football back to back to back with Inter and the national teams already at the start of the season. So I get that. But you got to throw Luis Enrique in at some point. And this is a very conservative decision from Kivu away at Cagliari. If we are what we're most likely trying, if you're trying to dominate the game, which is what I think he wants to do with this midfield over Sucic, then I don't understand that. But usually when without Matty Doms, he usually comes through with like a goal or an assist or something like that. Apart from that, the back line remains the same. Jan Sommer looks like he's coming back, which, yeah, here as well, it would be good to see Jose Martinez get, if it's going to be a rotation, and the rumors on Gazzetta were that it would be 3 or 4 games in a row for each. That makes sense to me, at least. This kind of back and forth, I'm not too sure about. And especially Cagliari away, I feel like a more aerial presence from Martinez would be nicer to have at the back, more safe, able to claim, you know, crosses and corners with his height. Bastoni returns instead of Augusto, which is, at least we've got that. And of course, the other controversial decision is Mkhitaryan coming back. And same thing I always say. I mean, I used to say this to Inzaghi, and now it looks like I'm going to have to say to Kivu. How is Sucic going to get into the rhythm of things, learn? And, it's not like he was bad in the last game. He was, 6.5, 7 out of 10 performance from Sucic. Why is Mkhitaryan coming back into this starting lineup? Again, full respect to Mkhitaryan, who unlike Darmian, he's completely fine in this position. He definitely is a shoo-in to be a starter. Still, I think 50-50 decision between the two. But again, in terms of long-term building for the future, what's the point of that? Up front, Lautaro Thuram, I get that. Lautaro now hopefully has got over his back issues. Pio started the last 2 games. That's fine. Bring Lautaro back. Thuram, as I said, I'm a little bit concerned with his amount of football that he's already having to play. I don't want to see him burn out already. But of course, for tomorrow's game, Lauti, Thuram, and we do have Pio on the bench. Boni is a little bit of a doubt. I think he is still going to be on the bench, but they said that he's got a slight ankle issue. But yeah, if we have Boni and Esposito off the bench, that's good options to have. And of course, Zielinski, Juve, Frattesi, Sucic, Dumfries. That's a very strong options off the bench to bring in. Yeah, I'm wondering with Frattesi as well, when is he going to get his opportunity? Juve, I think we know he probably needs to work a little bit harder. Zielinski looks like, at the moment, not particularly rated by Kivu as much as he himself claimed that this is going to be the year you're going to see the real Zielinski. So this is the thing, guys, when Inzaghi was here and now Kivu's here, they're not idiots as much as we, obviously sometimes want to call them idiots or want to criticize their decisions. They see these guys in training. If Inzaghi is always putting out Mkhitaryan, Acerbi, these types of guys, Darmian, and now Kivu is coming in, is also doing the same decisions. They must be seeing things in training that we're not seeing, that we don't know about, that certainties that he's getting. I know it is frustrating. I am frustrated with this lineup for tomorrow. I disagree with the lineup for tomorrow, but still remains a strong lineup for tomorrow. But I think I would go in with a little bit more energy, a bit more exuberance in there, a little bit more pace in behind to try to hurt Cagliari, who are going to make life difficult for us, of course, sit back, but also make a big battle in midfield. I'm actually speaking about it with you guys at the moment. I am feeling a little bit negative about this game now. The prediction, look, Cagliari even above us at the moment by 1 point, which is very, very concerning. Our defense at the moment is very, very concerning. We have the joint second worst defense in the league after Lecce. It's Sassuolo, Inter. That's it. Those are the 2 teams that have conceded 7 goals. After that, even Pisa, even Parma, even Genoa, even Verona. Oh, yeah, Torino, actually. But all these other teams have conceded less than us, which is very, very concerning already. Red alert, red flags all over the place. But of course, it's a must-win game tomorrow. We have to overtake Cagliari. We have to overtake or try to keep the pace up with the others. But there is Atalanta, Juventus. So hopefully some points dropped from either team would be great, specifically Juve. And Milan-Napoli is also hopefully, one of those 2 teams is going to drop points. So this is really the opportunity for Inter to claw back some spots up at the top. But I'm going to go for a negative prediction. I'm going to go for a 1-1 or a 2-2 draw. And I hope that I am completely wrong on this one. I just talking to you guys, seeing this lineup, I just don't feel right. It doesn't give me confidence. That's my prediction. You guys let me know in the comments down below your prediction for tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Ciao ragazzi, Forza Inter. See you for the post-match reaction tomorrow. I will be here. We will be here, regardless of the result. Ciao.